Hello, my gamer watchers. That's right, we have the complete game of The Last Case of John Marley. That's right, it came out today and we are playing it first. We're going to start from the beginning, just in case you haven't seen the last video. We are going to start from the beginning. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe if you like the channel. Hello, everyone, if you're just tuning in. Again, hello, everyone, if you're just tuning in. And remember, like, subscribe, and share to the channel, especially to subscribe.
Where am I? I know it's following me. I can feel it.
Yes, this is the complete game of The Last Case of John Marley. If you're just tuning in, where am I? Ooh, there is somebody over there. Okay. Where am I? We started new, correct? Am I back here again? Same spot? Okay.
That sound. It's coming from the river.
Which way is the river? Why are we walking this way? If you are just tuning in, this is the game The Last Case of John Marley. And we are starting from the
If it catches
absolute
me, it will show
beginning.
no mercy.
Okay. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Are we back to the same spot? That's crazy. We just completely walked around this forest.
I know it's hidden somewhere in this forest.
Am I supposed to take the path?
I should be able to see its light soon.
Oh, great. Found the stairs. Finally. What is this?
At last. I can gather my strength and plan how to face that monstrous thing.
Watch it already be here. Why is the door open? Can we say no? We're in the middle of the forest. OMG. Talk about a jump fright. The last day in the hospital. Oh, wonderful. The piercing light of the morning sun stared John from his restless sleep. For much strange nightmares had plagued him, and even the strongest sedatives couldn't dull weird visions that haunted his mind. Yeah, weird forest, crazy creatures, jump scares. Another day in the wretched hospital. His wounds still ached, but he felt no regret. Despite the accident, he brought the culprit of those ghastly crimes to justice. Isn't that the duty of a good private detective?
The name's JhonMarley, private detective, and today is a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite tortures at the hands of those blasted nurses, and being pumped full of enough medicine to fell an ox, today I'm finally free. Who would have thought that the case of the Red Shoes murder would end the way it did? A stormy night, soaked to the skin, wrestling that brainless killer on a rooftop.
Ah, yes, to wake the nurse.
It appears you're awake at last. We had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a while longer. I bring you good news. The latest test results are favourable, and the doctor has authorised your discharge. You are now
Woohoo.
officially ready to go. I have placed your belongings on the table. And a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your nightmares.
Psychotic meds, how lovely. Results of discharge?
Yes, you are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life.
Chain smoking.
I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins we kept for safekeeping. They are in the box on the table.
Thank you, nurse.
A
Clothes,
woman brought my clothes
woman.
from the dry cleaner. Was it Penny?
I couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled.
How lovely
Now,
of you, thank
if
you.
you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
Best wishes. Have a lovely day. Alrighty. Okay. Medical discharge patient copy, room 27, date February 3rd, 1945. Registry reporting Dr. A. Forder. File review and consultation The patient has demonstrated satisfactory improvement in all prepared operative objectives. Surgical procedure conducted under protocol ETDO3 has been deemed successful in all respects upon a complication of its final test, and provided that the patient reports feeling physically and mentally pre-prepared, medical discharge is advised. No post-operative complications are anticipated at this time. Continue observation during recovery is recommended to ensure possibility. Thank you.
That's me, Bloodhound Morley. Story of my life. Nearly broke. I better get dressed. The hospital gown that looks brand new. Well done. These do a fine job. I should get myself a pair of dark. I usually use the Windsor knot.
Clarence
So the
Penny
mystery
Robinson.
woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny after all. Seems she's still got a soft spot for me. Could there be a chance I might win her over? Blimey, what a fool I took onto that
Patients
rain-soaked
and
pavement.
transaction
And
improvements.
to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But, well, that's all water under the bridge now. It's from Penny, my secretary.
John,
She
I'm
must have
awfully
written
sorry.
A few days ago, while I was still under observation.
Uh-oh. John, I'm awfully sorry, but I just can't keep going on like this. You've been laid up in the hospital for ages, and I've been left skint, with no wages coming into for months now. Before the state you were in, I couldn't bring myself to say anything. I thought it's best to let you get better in peace. But the other day, Dr. rang and said that they were finally going to let you out. So I figured it was time to let you. I haven't been to the office in a month. And believe me, I'll miss Hoffman Street and that old moldy brick building of ours. But I've got to move on. And you know, even before the accident, you still owed me 3 months' pay. Ugh. Peter and I are planning to get married, and I need some stability. Hope you understand. Left my keys under the doormat. I've paid the water and electric bills, so those are in your hands now. Goodbye, John. Wish you all the luck in the world. P.S. A few days ago, an older woman came by asking for you. I told you you might be back at the office this afternoon. She seems quite eager to have a word with you.
Penny. I don't blame her, though. I'm a right mess. I've managed to lose the only two things that I'm not ready to leave just yet.
Oh, my hat.
Blimey, it's nearly noon. I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares.
My coats and hats.
And fedora hat. Every detective's must have.
Alrighty, let's head out of here. Oh, wrong way it must be.
I better hurry up. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this afternoon. And with the way things are going, I can't afford to let that slip away.
Goodbye, thank you.
All right, let's get moving. Today's the first day of the rest of my life.
Yes, I can think of that in a wheelchair. At least back the streets in the cold comforts of foggy old London. The chimneys filled in the air with the familiar tang of coal dust, while the rhythmic hum of the small industries in Whitechapel Symphony and Southwark rang in his ears like a symphony. So he seated in his clustered dusty office once more, ready for the next case. Perhaps finishing off some forgotten bottle of whiskey, tucked away in a drawer and mourning the inscrutable loss of Assistant Penny. Oh, the dusty office.
Forgotten paradise.
Alright. My office is up the stairs.
Everything's got that same old charm, and yet feels oddly new. This hospital stint's given me a bit of a new outlook. Maybe I'll take it a shade easier from now on, sticking to cases that don't demand a trip to the morgue.
Underneath the mat is the key.
Here they are, Penny's keys, just like it says in her note. Penny's desk. I ought to give her a ring, try to sweet talk her into coming back. So So this is Peter. That smug grin's got "Punch Me" written all over it. The murder weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that one. The case of the Red Shoes murder. One of the most complicated I've faced. Finally. Case closed. This case is worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab. Even the coppers missed it. The slant on the letter E. That's what gave away my files. Cases. The umbrella with a bullet hole. Souvenir from the marksman case. Nearly lost my hat on that one.
I bet. My office is a mess.
My desk. Strangely tidy. Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must have wanted to leave everything spick and span before she walked out on me. Another one of my cards. But this one has my last name circled. The drawer. It's locked. But there doesn't seem to be a keyhole.
MORLEY.
My Smith & Wesson.
Gotta love the drawer.
Condition. You never know when it'll come in. The Scarlet Page. I trust Penny didn't go snooping through my things while I was away. Oh, my apologies, madam. I didn't hear you come in. I was a bit distracted.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morley. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as promised.
My apologies. I was rather engrossed and didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe the honor of this meeting?
Lady Margaret Fordside.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, it's all up. Okay.
The 4th Countess of Bloomsbury.
Lady Margaret, could you tell me what brings you here today?
Lady
How
Margaret.
can I assist you?
Yes, how
shall
can I assist you?
endeavour to be as candid as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally murdered. It happened at our family estate, Bloomsbury Manor. Someone slipped into the house unnoticed, and upon reaching her room, delivered 5 fatal stab wounds to her chest, lungs, and heart. The police, eager to close the case, hastily blamed and condemned 2 violent thieves who clearly had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was closed, and justice was never served. I am prepared to offer you £30,000 if you take on this case, and a further £30,000 if you can solve it and bring the true killer to light. Tell me, Mr. Morley, will you accept this case?
I understand your distress, Lady Fordside. But before I commit to anything, might I trouble you with a few questions?
By all means, Mr. Morley. Ask whatever you must.
The wrong man you
Tell me
speak
about
of.
the men the police arrested. Why are you so certain they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested a pair of violent thieves terrorizing the county at the time. Though they swore their innocence in my daughter Elodie's death, their criminal record completely undermined their defense. Seizing the opportunity, the police locked them away for their other crimes, and the case was closed. But what has always struck me as suspicious is that nothing was stolen on the night my Elodie was killed. If those thieves were truly the culprits, why would they murder her and then leave without taking a single piece of silver? It doesn't add up, Mr. Morley.
Sure you didn't kill her?
Tell me, were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty at the time, with only a few servants and a guest who was sleeping in the west wing.
A guest.
I was the only one who might have heard something, as my room was next to hers. Unfortunately, I had taken a sleeping draught and fell into a deep slumber. It is a decision I shall regret for the rest of my days.
And why now all of a sudden the
Case
interest?
that's been cold for 20 years. You certainly don't make it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What made you decide to seek out a detective now?
For over 2 decades, I've fought tirelessly to have the case reopened, to prove that the real murderer escaped justice. But all in vain. Neither solicitors nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a dark story, have managed to uncover anything. Then one day, I read about your success in solving the case of the Red Shoes killer. Regrettably, I also learned of the unfortunate incident that left you hospitalized with grievous injuries. On the advice of your secretary, Miss Penny, I waited patiently for your recovery.
Ah,
And
yes,
now,
Penny.
here I am.
Miss Penny. And Bluebird married?
Tell me about Bloomsbury Manor. Do you still reside there?
After Elodie's death, I abandoned the estate. I couldn't bear to remain there, to live within those walls. Even now, when I visit the manor, it still feels as though I can hear her footsteps echoing through the halls, her voice humming that old melody. The delusions of an old woman who has mourned her daughter for far too long, Mr. Morley. No mother should ever have to bury her child. Should you accept the case, Bloomsbury Manor would likely be the best place to begin the investigation. I shall not impede your work, as I now reside at Bedford Square, in the heart of the city.
Well, I believe I have all the information I need to get started. I accept the case and will begin the investigation immediately.
I'm pleased to hear that. My butler will bring you the £30,000 tomorrow morning. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to. Once you uncover the culprit, contact me at once, and I shall promptly deliver the remaining £30,000. Please, Mr. Morley, unravel this harrowing mystery that has tormented me for so long.
And I'm on my way out the door. The visit from Carlos Margaret was just what John needed, a case for all the right ingredients. His name is Detective Instinct. An ensemble from 20 years ago, abandoned by the police in their incompetence and generous reward waiting at the end. What more could a man want on his first day back? The Juniper Manor passed without incident through the rough, neglected road, ravaged by years of rain and wind, made for an uncomfortable ride. He arrived under the cover of night. The place was quite like the ruins of an old tomb, forgotten and forsaken. Just like my lovely nightmares.
As I made my way through the dense forest path, a haunting silence enveloped the air. It was as though the very night of the crime still lingered here, shrouded in an eerie calm. The manor stood before me, its facade as inscrutable as the shadows that danced in the moonlight. Every step I took felt like a step deeper into the heart of a mystery that refused to be forgotten.
Just looking around a bit. Alrighty. This once had to be very beautiful. Dark and decayed. How lovely.
Not a sound. The stillness feels heavy, like it's
Muslin
hiding something.
Asylum. We believe that the path to recovery begins with compassion. Understanding the most advanced techniques of mental health care, our institution offers some tranquil for those seeking a respite from the trails of the mind. Hmm. Yes, trails of the mind.
The door's chained up with a padlock. Looks like I'll need to find the key.
Just looking around.
A blue moon, fitting for a place haunted by its own secrets. Looks like the Countess left this for me. It could be useful for getting around the place.
Hmm. Unlovely suitcase. Seems like it must turn. Hmm. What do we have here?
A globe resting in a beautiful wooden stand. Another painting by Elodie. There's something deeply disturbing about her work.
Me, lady. I kindly ask that once the midday service is complete, you grant me a few moments of your time in the library. JhonMarley, your housekeeper.
So, the housekeeper left a note for the Countess, asking her to meet here on the day of the murder. I wonder what truly happened during that encounter. Very well. Let's piece the events together, step by step.
Cattily, my dog is trying to get nudgy. Okay. So, maybe that's where these cups come in.
2 chairs. One of them knocked over. Lipstick stains. Same shade the Countess wore when she visited my office. An empty envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the Countess a letter? Looks like someone arranged tea in the library that day. The housekeeper's cup is still here. Tea spilled across the table. It seems they met here. But something went wrong during the conversation.
I am very angry. After After all these years of service, this is how you repay me? Walking away like this?
I'm sorry, madam, but the situation has become unbearable. My bags are already packed.
The suitcase. She left without it.
The Countess threw the housekeeper out in a fit of rage. In her haste, the housekeeper forgot one of her bags. What was it that unsettled the housekeeper enough to abandon her post so suddenly? Lady Fawkeside, still seething, burned something in the fireplace.
I have reached a decision through its weighs heavily upon. My heart to severe the ties that I have long bound me to this household. Since the regime of King William IV, my family has served Bloomsbury with unworldly loyalty and steadfastness, marked by discretion and faithful execution of duties. However, there are limits to all things, and of late, this house has been frequented by certain individuals whose persistence is wholly at odds with the principles to which my lineage is so devoted. It is no condolence that our family motto is oblituous, signifying something offered or concentrated. We are vassals of an ideal that custodians of the most deep-rooted traditions and bastions of the intentional values of our nation. The house has forsaken all of this, and well known the reason why. Please do not concern yourself with too understand why you have allowed this. Rest assured, I do not judge you harshly. That I hope you will understand my reasons. As my family says, Fasta, best wishes. Joe Meyer, housekeeper.
The housekeeper resigned. Seems something, or someone, troubled her greatly. Enough to break the long-standing family tradition tying her to this place.
Alrighty.
Looks like this is the Fordside family book, showing some of their ancestors.
I wonder. A strawberry romantic who saw the stars merge from the loneliness next to during a total eclipse. He swore that the diamond ring around the moon was the spirit of his wife Eleanor, who had died giving birth from the moment when the telescope never ceased to aim at the sun, seeking to catch an eternal moment. Chappelle scarred on her cheek, hands redeemed by the iron and mud of Balkava and maimed the Rilla Corsim canoes. Her cerebral medical kit. You know what? Hold on. Hanging to a vote life from naming nothing while Joe swallowed the exception removers. Sure the borders of the village whose names only remember. His globe now cracked by time and the salt of thousand seas. Lady of Soul forbid a pianist with ethereal hands and drowned heart. Unlimited to a wreck of the SS Meridians, her nerves became unnamed gross. Her account algae and blue rests on the Albany music stand. Okay. So I wonder if He looks at that. She looks at the kit. Hold on. She looks at the medical kit. He looks at that. Can that turn anymore? Hold on. You're wrong. Nope. He has to look at the globe. Something unlocks. Hold on. Each one is something they go to. Okay. The old man. My memory is now correct by the time of assault. Okay. Okay. She's the medical kit. She's the music stand. He faces the window. I know a door unlocks here.
The lock has been concealed. This door must open by some other means.
He's got the salted thing. Yes. He's got the salted. How do I know which lady's which? Okay, she's got the silver medical kit. She fancies. There it is. It's gotta be just right. Another painting.
This must have been some sort of private study for the Countess. A British passport. Lord Fordside was undoubtedly a man of the world. An old pocket watch. It probably belonged to Lord Fordside, Lady Margaret's husband. This looks like the key to the main hall. Could be my way into the heart of the house.
Lady Margaret Forsyth reminds you as the attending physician of Ward 2 to provide an update on your daughter LD's progress. LD's progress. It is with great pleasure that I report the notable improvement. Not only Elodie now confides that she is no longer experiencing dark thoughts. Most importantly, the nightmares have subsided. She has begun to communicate more accountably with her fellow patients and crucial step to recovery. Ellie has asked me to relay a request. She would like you to bring her amber necklace when you visit this Sunday. I'll continue to keep you informed of her progress.
Elodie was committed to a psychiatric facility.
Dr. Mulder.
But she supposedly recovered from whatever ailed her. Lady Margaret and a young woman. I suppose it's Elodie. They look happy. It was undoubtedly a better time.
Why is so much stuff still here? Head on to the main hall, I presume. Enormous tree in the heart of the mansion. Quite extraordinary.
This door is locked as well. If the Countess wanted me to investigate, why didn't she leave the doors open? Layers of dried oil paint, left untouched for 20 years. It's as if time stopped the moment Elodie laid down her brush. Looks like the last painting Elodie was working on was of a ship at sea. The whole gallery is filled with maritime references. She seemed quite obsessed with it. A man with his back turned, watching a ship go down.
Maybe
This
she knew
door
a
appeared
secret.
to lead out to the back garden. Locked with a padlock. I'll need to find the key. Looks like some sort of clue.
Trace the tree's journey from birth to decay.
Trace the tree's
Follow the
journey
path
from
of the
birth
artist
to
and
decay.
through a full display.
Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful
durable
display.
bay. Unlock the path.
Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way.
I must confess, never before has anyone requested something of this nature from me. I believe I am capable of the task, but I must inform you that you will require a significant sum. Certain parts will be needed to be sufficiently crafted in the city, and I must first commission necessary plans, but you are asking for the piece of university engineering. But rest assured, there will be no more introduced way of restricted access to certain areas of the house. If it pleases, I propose to leave the space as follows: private quarters, guest quarters, kitchen, servants' quarters. Provide a simple mechanic for Area C on your original concept and would greatly appreciate a permission so that to proceed with our remaining mechanism. Thomas
Lady
Blackman.
Margaret took special care to secure the house, restricting access to certain areas.
Says arrange the paintings.
The sinking of a ship. A grand ship on the open sea.
So there once was a grand ship open to sea. Trace the tree's journey from birth to decay. Follow the path of the art and level bay. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hmm. Hmm. The paintings. One, two, three, four. One. How do I know which painting goes where? Hmm. Wait a minute.
Locked, as expected. There's a metal engraving of a tree. Those poor souls. Tragedy seems to have cast a long shadow over this family.
Damn it, it's not here. It's simply not here.
This must be the Countess's handwriting. What was she searching for? Looks like a commercial seaman's yearbook, listing ships and their crews. It's open to the pages under S.
Wait a minute. One left. Okay, so hold on. Okay, they move. You be quiet, kitty kitty. Okay, it starts at a. Yeah. What? Hold on. 1 minute. Bathroom emergency. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I moved the tree from when it was a sapling.
Some of these paintings are really dark and sinister.
Okay, hold on. Then it grows leaves. Becomes a big, beautiful tree. But then dies off. Oh, sheesh. Okay. Um, where am I going? There's no light. Do I have a light still? Hmm. There it is. I don't like walking around without a light, people. Not scary in abandoned houses like this. An old sewing machine. Some rotten food.
A boarded up door. The access to the servants' quarters appears to be blocked for some reason.
The kitchen.
These broken chairs. Someone must have hurled them to the ground with great force.
A crowbar. Old water tank.
A silver knife is missing, and it's nowhere to be found. Some of these tools have been bent, likely trampled over.
Okay, I know the murder weapon. Blocked. Full of old stuff.
It looks like this vase was shattered. Not just dropped, but smashed with intent.
Okay.
This looks like Elodie's diary. Let's see what her last entries reveal.
I'm absolutely over the moon. Walter has written to say he is coming. I met him at the Western Sanatorium, and we have grown so very close. He was there recovering from the trauma of a shipwreck, where he tragically lost his companions. By sheer luck, he was rescued, but not before spending an entire year on an island living amongst the natives. He truly is an adventurer. I'm so happy. Walter has finally arrived. I must admit, I am utterly captivated by him.
The shipwreck.
I invited him to visit, and he gave me his word he wouldn't fail to come as soon as he was able to leave. And now he's finally here. I can scarcely contain my joy. It feels as though all the darkness has faded away.
The
They looked
stranger.
so in love. So happy. I wonder what became of Walter after Elodie died.
Okay.
Looks like the crowbar is broken. The backgammon board. One of the oldest board games. Miss Marva apparently knew her way around the tarot. What a dreadful spread. And what a chilling omen it revealed. Evil approaches. It will bring death, and lay ruin to the house and all who dwell within.
Also, the installation of a new security system in areas A and B underway. I think this has been at AB 3492 area. Okay. be
A good way to motivate the staff.
the old servants' quarters.
No doubt. This is the cook's room.
Now I know where the knife came from, though. Cleaning stuff. Just potatoes. The sewing machine. Okay.
Lady Margaret, after the death of her daughter, dismissed the staff
For
and
beloved
left the
daughter
mansion.
Ellie, you are kindly request to proceed to the main hall. Sit where you are shall each receive a payment equal to 3 months' wages. Which this gesture your service to the whole shall come to an end. Lady Forbid extends her deepest gratitude for her loyalty and devoted services. Do you mind?
A pair of blood-stained scissors stuck in the sink basin. Deeply unsettling. Is there someone else in the house? Who the devil is that man? He had a knife. I'm completely in the dark here. I don't think he saw me.
Damn it. I don't want to get caught. Obviously. Somebody was here. How did he get through here?
a doll pierced with an awl. The young maid was an avid fan of actor Valentin Rudolph. What a collection of posters from his films.
Dear mother, I wish I could tell you that all this is well. I'm happy here at the Countless household. I wish if I was a housekeeper takes good care of me. Amy Ware sees no one but her daughter. According to Miss Miller, she fears some kind of relapse and minors failing apart day by day. The worst of it, mother, is now that the man, the dark, he lurks in the shadow corners of the house when I am cleaning or carrying out my task, and throws himself at me. Initially strong, his great hand sees me, and I'm completely helpless at night, afraid to go to the lavatory. There's the dim silhouette and feel watched by something wicked, and a deep spectral breathing leaves me frozen with fear. Only Miss Moore has listened to me. I believe she too understands that this man is great danger and one that will sooner or later bring about a tragedy. She and I are exhausted years effectively. 1 minute. Streaming. Okay. Okay, I can't open this door. 34982. 34982. 34982. 34982. 34982. Hopefully I don't die. 34982. 34982. 34982. 3, 4, 9, 8, 3, 4, 9, 8, 2. 3, 4, 9, 8, 2. Okay. Three, 4, 9, 8, 2.
This must be Walter Brandon's room. A compass and a sextant. Tool. The diary of Walter Brandon. Perhaps it holds some clues about who he was, and what his involvement in this case might be.
I am terrified that man has found me. I fear something dreadful is about to happen. Tonight as I awoke, I saw him, standing at the foot of my bed. I could not make out his face, but his knife. The gleam of its blade shone in the darkness. I sprang up suddenly, determined to confront this stranger. Grabbing the heavy candlestick from the nightstand, I hurled it with all my strength. He vanished into the dark.
What on earth?
An empty bottle. It smells of good rum. A model ship. Mr. Brandon must have felt a deep yearning for the sea.
Coming here was a grave mistake. He has followed me, watching and lurking in dark corners, waiting to surprise me. I dare not tell Elodie. She would think the one thing I dread most for her to believe. I see him again from the window, watching me. His long hair and beard obscure his face, and he still holds that knife. He means to kill me. I am losing my faculties. It is best I return to the ship. Everyone seems to be conspiring against me. The housekeeper despises me, accusing me of misconduct. Perhaps I'm not a man of refinement, but I know what respect is. Yet this morning, as I woke from my rest, she was enraged with me. It was of no use to tell her I had slept peacefully. An external maid who comes to clean was crying and accusing me of having approached her in an unseemly manner. I would never do such a thing. I am a sailor, a man of the world. I know how to conduct myself.
last entry in the diary, dated the very night of the murder.
My beloved Elodie, why can you not believe this poor sailor who only wishes to love you? I have left everything behind. My ship, the sea, all my world, just to be by your side as you asked me to. Damn it. I can hear the man with the knife coming up the stairs from the hall. I need to hide.
Walter was terrified. What in the devil was happening here? It seems this trunk was all Walter owned. I should take a look at it. A photograph of Elodie. No doubt Walter cared for her deeply. Seems I'm not the only one with a fondness for hats. Looks like the key to the back garden. I better head back to the staircase gallery. Pretty sure I saw a door to the outside there.
So some strange guys wandering. Alright, towards the galley. So this strange mystery guy who was supposed to die in a shipwreck. Which way do I go? I'm quite turned around in here. To the back door. Where did I see the back door? This is blocked off. This is to the bathroom. This is the hall to the maid's quarters. Back towards the kitchen. Somewhere here, there's a door. That's not it. can't go back out that door. I can't go in that door. Up here is her paintings. That side is locked. These are her rooms. Okay. There's got to be a door here. There's something here, but I'm not quite catching it. Came in here. This is all the maids' rooms. Come down here. It's a bathroom. Okay. There's gotta be a back door. And why is there a coat here? This goes back to the kitchen. Here's the dining hall. Bathrooms, kitchen, dining hall. Kitchen. And I can't go that way. That's the maid's quarters. The hall. I have to go back. I came in this way. Why can't I go back out this way? Was I not supposed to shut the door? Okay. Why can't I go back through? Is there a hint?
empty bottle. It smells of good rum. A compass and a sextant, the diary of Walter Brandon. Perhaps it holds some clues about who he was, and what his involvement in this case might be.
Okay.
I am terrified that man has found me. I fear something dreadful is about to happen. Tonight as I awoke, I saw him, standing at the foot of my bed. I could not make out his face, but his knife. The gleam of its blade shone in the darkness. I sprang up suddenly, determined to confront this stranger. Grabbing the heavy candlestick from the nightstand, I hurled it with all my strength. He vanished into the dark.
Okay, I know this part.
Coming here was a grave mistake. He has followed me, watching and lurking in dark corners, waiting to surprise me. I dare not tell Elodie. She would think the one thing I dread most for her to believe. I see him again from the window, watching me. His long hair and beard obscure his face, and he still holds that knife. He means to kill me. I am losing my faculties. It is best I return to the ship. Everyone seems to be conspiring against me. The housekeeper despises me, accusing me of misconduct. Perhaps I'm not a man of refinement, but I know what respect is. Yet this morning, as I woke from my rest, she was enraged with me. It was of no use to tell her I had slept peacefully. An external maid who comes to clean was crying and accusing me of having approached her in an unseemly manner. I would never do such a thing. I am a sailor, a man of the world. I know how to conduct myself.
A model ship. The last entry in the diary, dated the very night of the murder.
My beloved Elodie, why can you not believe this poor sailor who only wishes to love you? I have left everything behind. My ship, the sea, all my world, just to be by your side as you asked me to. Damn it. I can hear the man with the knife coming up the stairs from the hall. I need to hide.
Walter was terrified. What in the devil was happening here? A photograph of Elodie. No doubt Walter cared for her deeply. Looks like the key to the back garden. I better head back to the staircase gallery. Pretty sure I saw a door to the outside there. Seems I'm not the only one with a fondness for hats. Another boarded up door. The question is, was it sealed before the murder? And why?
Okay, now I gotta figure out where I gotta go. trying to figure out where I got to go. Okay, hold on. Try to figure out where do I got to go. Mhm. Okay. Ah, I found it.
The killer likely fled through the rear door of the house. At that old fountain in the garden, now little more than a basin of stagnant water, one can still make out the faint impressions of bloodied hands. It seems almost certain the killer stopped here, in a hurried attempt to wash away some of the blood spattered across his body. The gate still bears the macabre traces of that old tragedy, like a silent witness, pointing to the path taken by that murderous beast as he fled. It's clear that the man who killed Elodie discarded his blood-stained clothing during his escape. This ought to do the trick for that boarded-up room upstairs, just by Walter Brandon's room. A filthy coat, soaked in some kind of blackened, hardened liquid, aged over time. Here's the missing kitchen knife, undoubtedly the murder weapon. Despite his injuries, the killer rid himself of anything that might incriminate him before fleeing the scene. The boots, the coat, even the knife. It's a chilling thought, but those very items remind me of the figure seen lurking near the manor, the same figure Walter Brandon spoke of with such dread, and perhaps the very one who was said to have harassed the maids. That mysterious presence was, in all likelihood, the murderer of Elodie Fordside.
To this day, 3 years since his disappearance, I still catch myself entering this room, expecting to find him there, exhausted yet sleepless, laboring without pause, shut away for days and without food or rest, carving his final dreadful and chilling masterpiece with those eyes, made haunted the same eyes that seemed to deflect to every foresighter. Here, without exception, the very same enigmatic, sorrowful gaze I found myself recognizing more and more in Ellie's face with each passing day. The day I saw her, 63 years old, created her first drawing, I knew that she too was lost, a curse, this wretched inherent is so steeped in misfortune. Tomorrow she'll take Eleanor to the sanatorium with the therapy and control her environment. Perhaps then she might begin to approve. I should not allow the fortress legacy to take Eleanor from here as well. The code 25741. 25741. 25741. 25741.
Unlabeled liquor bottles, the damp, and a sharpening wheel. Lord Fordside likely crafted his own. Lord Fordside was a gifted artist, no doubt, but his work betrayed a dark and tormented soul. This unfinished fallen angel stirs in me a curious sense of unease, almost repulsion.
Was it 25741? 25741. 25741. 25741. 25741. 25741. 25741.
The door is locked. I'll need to find the key. Who the bloody hell are you? This room looks like it belongs to a woman. Lady Margaret, perhaps? It's a damn fine bottle. Seems Lady Margaret was reading in the chair that evening. The book's still open, right where she left it.
This is a nightmare. I am deeply concerned for Elodie. The housekeeper has long been warning me about Walter. I have made some inquiries, and nothing is as it seems. Elodie remains blissfully happy with him in the house. I am at my wit's end. Since her return from the sanatorium, she has been positively radiant, a true beacon of light. They go out together and seem to have a splendid time. He appears very close to her. This is in stark contrast to the picture painted by the housekeeper, which is a complete contradiction.
The bed is made. The Countess hadn't yet gone to bed on the night of the murder.
There's something else here.
Last night I heard him scream. He seemed to be in the throes of a panic attack. I approached on tiptoe to the guest quarters, and then suddenly I was struck with terror. An insane, maniacal laughter echoed through the night. It did not sound like him. The following morning, Walter and Elodie went out to sail on the pond. Everything appeared normal, and he was the most charming he has ever been.
Something made of glass has shattered here. The fireplace tools, all knocked over on the floor. And unless my eyes deceive me, the poker appears to be missing.
Oh my God, Elodie!
Lady Margaret, quite agitated, grabbed the fireplace poker and rushed toward Elodie's room. I should finish gathering all the clues from the Countess's room before exploring other parts of the house. A key. Likely the one to Elodie's room. Lady Margaret lied to me. She hadn't taken any sleeping draught that night. She could have heard the attack and rushed to see what was happening. Why did she hide this from me? The more I investigate, the more convoluted it all seems. I should head to Elodie's room to search for answers. was a struggle here, clear as day. Not a clean break-in. A rag doll, tossed on the floor. I'd wager it used to sit neatly on the bed. Photograph of Elodie Fordside and Walter Brandon. If my memory serves me right, looks like it was taken at Westland Asylum. A pool of dried blood. There's no doubt now. This was the scene of the crime. Judging by the sheer brutality of the crime, we can almost certainly conclude the killer was a man of considerable build. The blood-stained coat, found alongside the greenhouse knife, suggests that the mysterious figure seen loitering nearby may, in fact, be the very same individual who committed the murder. They say the killer always returns to the scene of the crime. But 20 years have passed. Why now? Let's attempt to reconstruct the events, just as they might have unfolded that night, and try to understand precisely what happened. A teacup on the bedside table. Elodie must have lain down that night, perhaps already drifting to sleep. The door's lock, completely broken, indicates someone forced their way into the room, likely startling Elodie awake. Elodie tried to flee, but the killer cornered her near the vanity. She lost her balance and fell, breaking the dresser and chair. The killer dragged her to the bed against her will. In the struggle, one of the vases fell from the mantelpiece. On the bed, the killer stabbed her mercilessly, again and again, staining the sheets with blood. That's when Lady Margaret arrived, striking the killer with the fireplace poker, knocking him away from Elodie. Wounded, the killer fled the scene, but it was already too late. Elodie was already dead. The old Bloomsbury mansion. It choked my thoughts. It had that kind of sadness that seeps into your bones like old damp, and that sudden abandonment, so clear before my eyes, looked like a sinister time capsule. One thing was certain. My next move was to dig up answers about the man with the knife, and about Walter Brandon, the sailor from Westland Asylum, an old forgotten sanatorium that, 20 years ago, was the scene of a meeting between Elodie Fordside and that Brandon fellow.
The old sanctum loomed in the distance, silent and solemn, a moment forgotten. Suffering it stood like a sleep giant, while steeped in the horror of all other ages. John knew the crossing and threshold met. Stepping to the labyrinth, the human mind where the madness of some and cold difference of others has turned places. Like distance of breeding grounds for nightmares, a creeping unuse settled in as he heard the entrance of whispered dread curling at the edge of his thoughts. Yes, he pressed up. He needed answers. This was certainly the waiting in the dark.
It was an ungodly hour when my battered car crept along the winding, shadowed road leading to Westland Asylum. But what I found upon arrival was disquieting. The building, forsaken for more than a decade, remained uncompleted. Was it some ancient emergency system defying the passage of time? Or was someone awaiting my arrival?
Are we all ready for this one? This insane asylum. Oh, sheesh, I'm already here. Why is it lit up? Like it's home.
The front door, sealed shut. As expected. Nothing's ever straightforward, is it? I'll have to find another way in.
Oh, sheesh. Sure, there's a creepy path. You know, you hear all the stories about the old asylums and people sneaking into them. I'm just saying. Oh. Okay, how do we duck down? I'm pretty sure a lot of big cities have old asylums. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, bloody hell. It's pitch black in here. Looks like I've stumbled into what could be the kitchen. lantern. It's broken. I'll have to manage without it for now.
Yeah, okay. Ah, sheesh.
Some of the rooms are completely trashed. I didn't expect the asylum to be in such a state of decay.
West wing is locked.
May 1922. This letter was written half a year before Elodie's murder. It's possible she was still a patient here at the time.
Dr. Muller, director of the Westland Syndrome, May 5th, 1922. Reviewing excluding violent incidents within its interest as the arrival of patient B03. We university feel that it is our duty to express the following concerns on behalf of the sanctuary support staff. Patients require specialized care and strict oversight, necessitating immediate confinement in the isolation cell. Access to shared public stations should be allowed only under the supervision of 2 attendants, including when tranquilizing injectables. Reasons have underscored grave deficiencies in security measures, leading to unprecedented styles patients with such high degree of aggression. We strongly urge the hospital to administration to implement these measures without delay. Should Congress remain undressed, we will be compelled to escalate this matter to Natural Asylum Workers Union, which has been made aware of grievances. Respectfully, Nurse Florence
The
Norman.
nurses were genuinely concerned about the aggression of patient B03.
Okay.
Westland Asylum was a top place in its good old days.
Place of hope and healing. We estimate direction Dr. Mulder will distinguish his consultants. And minor therapeutic methods, comparison, understanding advantage techniques of mental health, the caring, making the start recovery. Scotty's interhomes to progressive therapy and site provide effective treatments for nervous, limeade, melchinella, hysteria, and other mental disorders. Services include air restorative rest courses, minor electrotherapy applications, talk therapy, and mortal treatments, personalized occupational activities, holistic and human care. Western STEM stands for the 4 of psychiatric advantages, merging experience and innovation while treating each patient with dignity and hope. For administrative inquiries, Western STEM offices, Fairland Lane. Lovely.
The girl? How is the girl?
You mean Miss Elodie Fortside? Don't worry, that bloke didn't lay a finger on her. But you took quite a knock. This is going to smart.
It's locked. Without the key, I won't be able to access the upper floors. This file cabinet is now empty. They held all the records of the inpatients.
We must formalize the admission of Miss Elodie Fortside. I have her file here.
That girl? What do you
you think of her?
I don't quite know. She seems a good girl. I do hope she recovers soon.
I know what Dr. Mulder thinks of her.
Oh, don't be wicked.
You cannot tell me you haven't noticed. Have you seen the way he looks at her?
Shh, hush now. Someone's coming.
Pursuant to acceptable calls, regulations on bus lines and pressure for the committee report to the Board of Trustees, Dr. Lomoshun will return custody of records for a duration of 5 days. Members of medical staff require access to these records until are advised to direct their inquiries to Dr. Shun's office between the hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
I need to find Dr. Sheridan's office.
Okay, where's the phone?
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Mr. Morley, is that you?
Lady Margaret?
Mr. Morley, I'm so relieved to hear your voice. I've been trying to reach your office, but I couldn't get through to anyone.
It's awfully late at night, Lady Margaret. How on earth did you know I was at Westland Asylum?
Well, I was already in bed, truth be told. But there was something on my mind. A vital detail I'd forgotten to mention. I called your office, searched for you at the mansion, and when I couldn't find you there, I assumed you might be investigating at the asylum.
I see. Very resourceful of you. Now tell me, what is this detail of such importance?
Of course. I almost forgot. You see, the truth is, I'm afraid that you're not alone.
What the devil does that mean? Hello? Lady Margaret?
Are you serious?
Is someone there? Damn it. I've got a bad feeling about this.
To increasingly push Stan's electrical network, which, as you well aware, is far too green net no longer fit for safe operation. The pending closure of this institution administration is now alternative but suspending all plans for renovation. Calling your interest in maintaining minimal functionality one of the primary safeties which is required for the activation. A shock therapy room has been installed in the isolation cell. BO4 effective May 7th. BO4 will be decommissioned. Hotel is not prepared as a maintenance storage room. Staff to refrain from placing any patients there and must ensure the rooms remain accessible to authorized personnel only. Was it the doctor?
A bloody handprint. Someone injured must have leaned against this wall.
There's something else down here.
Internal report. Patient B02. Mr. Norbert Clark, 45, from Sanderson, is a persistent pyromaniac whose actions have repeatedly endangered both property and life. Despite his seemingly frail build, he harbors an alarming compulsion for fire setting, a tendency exacerbated by intermittent episodes of disorganized thought and incoherent speech under duress. His unsettling, fixed gaze suggests the planning of covert schemes, amplifying his threat. To mitigate risk, he is isolated in a secure cell, thoroughly cleared of flammable materials. His management includes a regimented program of sedatives and antipsychotic medications to stabilize his manic and schizoid symptoms, with vigilant oversight maintained. Internal report. Patient B03, identity unknown. Male, early 30s. Admitted after being the cause of a series
Green Statue of Electrical Network. To agree to no longer fit for safe operating and give the impending culture of this installation. There's got to be a key somewhere. What are the numbers? P3. There's got to be some sort of numbers here. And there was no numbers in the office. Shh. Love you too. The colors. Blue, yellow, green, red. Blue, yellow, green, red. Blue, blue, yellow, green, red. Blue. There's green. Blue. Blue. Yellow. Oh, yellow. Blue, yellow. Green. Blue, yellow, green. Green. I'm looking for the red one. Where's the red one? There should be a red cord. Okay, there should be a red one. Somewhere here there's a red one. There's the blue. Okay, gotta find the red one. Where's the red one? Is the red one upstairs? Should be a red one. Where's the red one? Blue, yellow, red, green. Blue. Yellow. Green. Where's the red one? you. There's 30 on that card.
Okay. Yeah, I grabbed your card and my card just in case.
I know my card works.
My ticket number is 1991
Don't.
This one had blood dripping down her nose, and I'm trying to tell her stop letting fucking blood drip down your nose like you're some kind of bleeding Mary. You're gonna get infected. I love you. I'm falling apart.
Alright, baby. I'm almost done. Alrighty. So let's figure this out. Okay. And I know there's only certain numbers that actually work here, so. There's something with the numbers too. And I think they're for that key. I'm just trying to figure out. Okay. I've gone down all these corridors. Okay, so we're gonna go blue. I just gotta find the red one. And there's here, but I don't know where. Ooh. Yellow. There it is. Okay. Duh. Okay, so. Oh, blue. Yellow. Green. Red. Did it right. Blue. Yellow. Red. Not sure what it unlocks. Is it red, green, blue? Blue, green, yellow, red. Let's try that. Okay, let's try this again. That door is supposed to open. So let's go
shivers.
Here's your patient BO3s for area M following several sessions of electroactive therapy. CM2 patient has shown significant improvement. Previous violent episodes have been utterly eradicated. It now brings a profound state of apathy, characterized by emotional detachment and an emotional lack of response. His nutrition limited to monolithic uterinices with no signs of aggression. Emotional reactions behavior may be attributed to the initiative and treatment of potential underlying psychological condition that must be contained to investigate. If this is there within continued observation, the patient will gradually regain his ability to communicate and exhibit emotional response. However, the complex of the case should be taken into consideration along with the need of attachment to his ongoing treatment. Control of the violent disease and establishment of his condition is inappropriate to transfer the patient to area M, a restrictive environment through the under restrictive supervision. Close monitors are recommended to assist any potential changes in behavior with the possibility of further adjustment medications. Oh, yay. Okay, so now we can go. Oh, lovely.
I need to hide. Quickly.
I can't hear it. Could it be gone?
He's gonna be there.
A cigarette case, with a bit of tobacco still inside. Clean water, an apple, a bit of bread. The food's still fresh. Here it is. Dr. Sheridan's office. This is where I'll find Elodie and Walter's records. Elodie's record. patient at the sanatorium.
Resident Sound Registration Administration discharges Miss C. Elliot Forsyth, December 14, 1921. Administration Miss Elliot Forsyth was administered this was upon the directive of her mother. Dating at first sight, presently low mood, a tendency towards social withdrawals. Feeling negative through Lady Forsyth expressed concern. Rehabilitation engaging in self-harming behavior, apparently observations, initial evaluation of patient, withdrawing posture, delayed response, constant avoidance of eye contact. She reported feeling a state of oppression, described a persistent sense of unease. She refrained from providing further detailed condition necessary to close observation and progressive therapeutic approach to monitor and assess any changes. Here they mention Miss Forsyth to our institutions from a record to develop a progression shall be maintained.
Nothing of interest here. Strange. Elodie's record was easy to find, but there's no sign of anything related to Walter Brandon. Something doesn't add up. What am I missing?
Dr. Schaff, first and foremost, must knowledge the comparable result of your knowledge and choose your restorational reading therapy. You mentioned that inconsistent has offered bilaterally affection have contributed to allowing the anxiety of our patients. However, we regret to inform you that one of our patrons, Miss Elodie Forsyth, will no longer participate in your reading sessions. Then she is the daughter of the assassinated Miss Margaret Forsyth. It's unsuitable for her to associate with certain individuals who questionable moral standards may have advertised effects of the distant mind of the young lady. It is best if she is kept apart from such influences. Therefore, I'm relieving her any responsibility for care. Take over the management of Miss Elodie Forsyth or treatment from this day forward. Or to communicate a decision to her mother, Lady Margaret. She will understand and serve this change. Dr. Frederick Mulder. Question Mulder, don't make me laugh, Frederick. What she eats away at you is this fear that those bad influences might actually be too good for her. Do you truly aspire to a seat among the mobility, perhaps? Apathic hypocrite consumes your own ego. Make me laugh, Frederick. Frederick. There's something else here.
Wait. No, it can't be. There he is, in the photo. Dr. Sheddenand in the center. And right next to him, it's him. The man with the knife. That wild mane, that unkempt beard, it's unmistakable. But what's he doing here? And he's holding a book. What was that noise? Sounds like something just came crashing down.
Oh, Jesus. your requests are now available in the archive. You may pick them up at your convenience. Only call 89981. Okay, there's only like 6 freaking codes here. So grab something to write with, because there's only like 10 rooms with freaking codes. Of course they would do that to you, right? Hold on 1 second. We can't steal all your pens from your area. So we have the poster question archive. Okay, we have one code. Lovely.
Impossible. Locked as well.
See if it reads. There's a room down here. Archive. 8. 8. 5, 9. 8. For psychologists using a Roche independent test, use the following code to name the plates. The way the patient will not be able to obtain about their intervallium unless their therapist deems it appropriate. Second test using plate 7, plate 8. Let's go to open the key box. The moth. The moth. Oh, sheesh. 4. Key box. Plate 1. 4. 00100. You serious? Let's see if it's right. So it's 0 0 1 Where are the codes? Okay. So there's like 8 codes here. So it's 10010 01101 11001 00100 01010 10111 11100 00111. Lovely. How am I supposed to know which one's the moth? I say 4 is a moth. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least it looks like a moth to me. Unless I'm crazy. Zero, zero. One. There we go. Oh, I knew that was a moth. Unless I was crazy. He's gonna be standing there, right? art therapy room. The library. This is a paper categorizing a page system labeling and employed in which each page should assign a number corresponding to the room they occupy. As corresponds to each room cell is this discharge number assigned upon dismission. Must be a consolidated administrative registration or the individual patient record. Be transferred to another location within the institutionary catalog, amending according to the new room to which they are assigned. Not as dangerous, whether to themselves or to others, assigned the basement, especially adapt cells designed to resume the relation safety area design is in Area B. Ground floor contains the common areas establishments such as kitchen, dining, and administration office, relating to paperwork and handled. Small first aid room, the archive containing all records and documents pertaining to staff and inmates also located there. Doctor's office situation on the second floor, which is the design area for medical care. Our exception is made for the office of Dr. Mulder. Dr. Sanctum will occupy the third floor. On the second floor, one will find the rooms of male patients areas M and female patients area F. If a patient to note that attic was previously used as a recreation room for all therapeutic activities has been permanently closed due to unstable and unsafe structural condition. The system organization algorithm catalog has been designed to make proper control. And safety of inmates as well as to ensure efficiency the management of the various steps. Marine file on page 1365 is referred to the book. When they borrow it, it tells a mom to bring it back. And it's not him, it's that girl. Can't even imagine how many times they've read it. There are people, patients who have also requested it. I've made the decision to take it off the shelf and place it under the custody of the one who opened the golden book. If anyone asks for it, it will be there. Pia Wallach's librarian in the Western Asylum. Only patient 1365 has returned the book. Every time they borrow it, wants to bring it back. When it's not him, it's that girl. Marion. Miriam. Wait a minute. What's that number? 1365. I'm 1365. Okay, you know what, everyone? It's getting kind of late. I am going to pause this right here, right where we left off. And that is because we are going to finish this tomorrow. There's not much left to finish. I'm going to keep it right here. Have a lovely night. Thank you for watching Gamer Mama. As always, tune in, like, share, subscribe. I hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed this evening. And thank you for joining.